Adam Lallana has now left the club after the expiry of his contract, and Denzel Lovren has been sold to Russian club Zenit St. Petersburg for 11 million, moves which have left a couple of gaps in the squad. A characteristic of great teams is that they go for strength to strength. This transfer window offers Liverpool a chance to further strengthen their lines and build enough quality depth in their squad to provide some room to breathe for their main stars. Before watching the video, like our Facebook page and subscribe in YouTube for regular football content. Support us to grow bigger. Marseille's versatile defender Boubacar Kamara is a potential target for Liverpool. The Reds are now looking for a player to fill the spot that has been vacated by Denzel Lovren. At 20, Kamara should be happy to play the role of the understudy for a couple of years and is talented enough to do a fine job whenever called upon. He made his debut for Marseille at the age of 17 and has now made 79 senior appearances for the club already. Under Andre Villas-Boas's guidance, Kamara's versatility has come to the fore and he can play both at centre-back as well as at defensive midfield. Kamara is expected to cost around 27 million and his flexibility goes to show that he is well worth it. Moussa Dembele. Liverpool need a backup striker for Firmino, and Lyon striker Moussa Dembele is a very good option. Dembele has consistently been clocking really good numbers over the past several seasons. The Frenchman has scored a total of 23 goals from 45 games for Lyon this season. As opposed to Firmino, Dembele is more of a finisher, and this would give Klopp the chance to mix it up in attack when plan A doesn't work out. Dembele has got pace, can head the ball and keep his cool in front of a goal. He is also good with the ball at his feet and he can beat a defender or two when required. Dembele could cost somewhere in the ballpark of 40 million in the current market. He can in fact be an alternative for any of Liverpool's talented front three. Jamal Lewis. Andy Robertson is one of the best left back in the world, and his absence on occasion does impact Liverpool. As such, left back is one of positions that Jurgen Klopp will be hoping to strengthen in order to provide cover for Robertson. Several members of the Norwich side impressed individually, though the team had a terrible outing in the Premier League. Jamal Lewis, the Canaries left back, can mirror Robertson's qualities and ought to be happy to kick on in the Premier League should Liverpool offer him the opportunity. Lewis has work to put in on the defensive side of the game, but he is now well versed with the pressure of the top flight and will be a good deputy to the Scotsman. At 22-year-old, he has a lot of time before he peaks, and Liverpool should be able to land him for cheap. Demarai Gray. Gray has been one of Leicester City's better players post the restart, and has been around in the Premier League for quite a few seasons now. The Englishman can be a good alternative to both Mane and Salah and could flourish in the Liverpool setup. Gray likes to run at defenders and has pace that could match that of the current Liverpool forwards. As such, he could be brought on to ensure the intensity up front does not drop towards the end of the games, and could also be a great cover for any of the front three. Gray only started twice for Leicester City in the Premier League last season, with 18 of his appearances coming from the bench. As such, he would be happy to do the same at Liverpool for at least a year. He scored 2 goals and has 3 assists to his name this season. Gray will definitely need to improve on his final product, but he has been showing good signs of growth recently and won't cost Liverpool a lot of money either. Thiago Alcantara. Thiago is now on the final 12 months of his contract with Bayern Munich, and it has been reported that the midfielder wants to leave, with his ideal destination being Liverpool. Liverpool's midfield, as good as they are a tad lacking on the creative front, and Thiago is exactly the player who can bring about a change in that. The deep-lying playmaker is an exceptional talent with the ability to make things happen for the players in front of him. Though he is 29, he still has several years left in his tank, and given his reputation, he can bolster Liverpool's midfield and give them enough time to scout and find a long-term solution to their midfield woes. That's all for the day. Like our Facebook page and subscribe in YouTube. I'll come back with another video. Hope to see you again.